about a year ago, right? We did a year ago. We had a great time. I'm so glad to be invited back. My name is Taurus Lovely. I'm the director of percussion here at Florida Memorial University. I'm accompanied by my assistant, my number two, Gertie Chevron, right there. And this is the Florida Memorial University Suicide Squad. Yeah. Yes, sir. So we won't be long. We're just going to talk about a few things. First, we're going to deal with the importance of warming up, and stuff we play when we warm up. Basically, this whole clinic for us will be about a day in the life with us, how we do what we do. So, first thing we're going to deal with is warming up. It's very important before you play to get a really good warm up in. And a lot of people know, you warm up to get your hands and your muscles right. But there's a much more important reason why we warm up that a lot of people don't think about. And this might, I don't know, you may not. This may be a gym for you, it may not. You may know this already. So, of course you warm up to get your hands right, your hands, warmed up and everything. But the most important thing when you're dealing with a group the size of this is, if she's standing in the middle here and she's warming up, she knows all these warm-ups so well that she's not listening to herself, she's getting herself warmed up. But we're playing these warm-ups so she gets an opportunity to listen to what he's playing, the people to the right and left of her. The warm-up is more than just you. It's you warming up, and now I'm training my ears while I play these warm-ups to hear what's happening to my right and what's happening to my left. When you're warming up, make sure you can play that warm-up down twice. The first time you can play that warm-up down for yourself. This is for my hands. And then we're going to play it again for your ears. We're going to play that warm-up the next time. Now, I'm not listening to myself. I'm listening to the person beside me. Or I'm listening to how my part fits in with the quint part. Or how my part fits in with the tenor part. Playing these warm-ups that's the most important part about it. Now, at Florida Memorial, we do not play difficult warm-ups. We play what I might like to call intermediate warm-ups. I don't like to play hard rudiments and hard stuff that'll put a lot of strain on your hands while you're warming up. We keep our whole warm-up regimen very simple until we get to the very last piece that we'll play. And that piece will have a little bit more rudiments in there to challenge your muscles and stuff, because by the time we finish that warm-up session, which is about 5 or 6 of them? It's probably more than that. Our warm-up session lasts at least 10 minutes maybe, I don't know. You'll see, we may do the whole thing right here, we may not. But without me doing a whole lot of talking, right now we're gonna play one of these warm-ups. And what should we do? Let's just do eights. Everybody plays eights. Everybody play 8 on the hand. Everybody around the world play 8 on the hand. We all play it. Some play it the same way, some play it differently. We're going to show you how we play our eights. So let's stop at. We're going to go to roll eights. Good? You mind saying we won't go into roll eights? We won't go into all right. Stop right there. Good? Everybody know? Here we go. Eights. you, listening to how your part is blending. A lot of times you forget about playing your warm-ups and making sure your section has the correct blend. It's a great time to make sure the quints are not louder than the cymbals or the snares are not louder than the tenors. It's a great time to make sure your blend and your balance is correct. It's a great time to make sure everybody is approaching the beats the same way. All right, so now, another warm-up we play, a lot of times I do a lot of judging, and one of the comments that I have to make a lot of times on groups is your unison beats. When everybody's playing a beat that's the same in unison beats, those unison beats have to land the same. A lot of times you have, that separates the men from the boys or the women from the ladies when unison beats are not together. Instead of hearing boom, 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 you hear and those beats are not together. So we play a warm-up we call unison, that everybody's playing the exact same thing, and it helps us to correct and play all clean unison beats. Let's play unison. Unison, we play all the same thing, and the beats gotta line up.
What's up, everybody? My name is Barry Shipon, assistant percussion here at Florida Memorial, and I'm going to talk to you about Flantastic. So, for all my drummers, who likes flams, flam rudiments, hybrids, flam fives, all that good stuff? All right, dang, I love that. All right, cool. So, when I wrote this warm-up, it was with the intention to focus on flam rudiments because the previous year took the snare and quints a little bit while once we got more deeper with more advanced hybrids to get that stuff cleaner, and I realized, okay, we don't have a super advanced flam warm-up to help work on that stuff. So it's very important when you have a warm-up sequence to have warm-ups that has a purpose for your line, that fits your style, that what you want to do. So with this warm-up, when I wrote it with the intention of obviously work on those rudiments, but also there's a couple licks in there. Snares have about a 4-bar snare lick, quints have a 4-bar lick, and just also to make it fun, has a nice groove to it, fits our style. So I'm gonna have them play Flantastic real quick. stuff, because again, a lot of rudiments in that warm-up. You're gonna hear in our cadences in a second. And again, whenever you're making a warm-up sequence for any percussion instructor, just make sure your warm-ups, one, is fun to play, because when I wrote it, I wanted it to be something that the guys are gonna like to play, especially the snares and quints, because all the time we're just focusing on all the fundamentals of all the basics. Towards the end, this warm-up was like, okay, we can cut loose a little, chop out, have some fun, and obviously be groovy with it. So what we're about to do now, we're gonna play some of our cadences, and I'll pass it back to Mr. Lovely, and he'll explain just how the warm-ups and the cadences all go, and just a few things we do stylistically with our section.
All right. So, of course, like I said, we like to keep our warm-up simple. That what you just heard, fantastic. After we've been through our whole warm-up sequence, that is always the last thing we play. We always play fantastic last. We've been through a warm-up sequence that lasts about 10 to 15 minutes, and it's non-stop. They never stop playing for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then we'll play fantastic last. So, now, is it EKG? We're gonna play a cadence we call EKG. Here's the thing we do at Florida Memorial. We always do it. We have band camp in the summertime, and we always write a drum feature for the band camp. And I personally don't like to waste material. So once we've written this feature for the band camp, we keep the level of play nice and easy, because you never know what type of, you get so many different skill levels at band camp. So we always write a feature for the band camp, but then once we play it at the band camp, we will always take that feature and it will become a stand cadence for us that following year, and then we beef up the parts a little bit from what we played at the band camp. Every single year, when you hear the feature from the band camp, you can rest and believe you're gonna hear our section play it as a cadence that following year, because I don't like wasting material. But what we will do is we'll beef up the parts a little bit, so they're not bored playing. So this is a cadence called EKG that we did at our very first band camp, and it was 2022? 2021, we did our very first band camp, and this was the feature for the band camp. But we kind of beef up the parts just a little bit. It's called EKG. That's EKG. So in that cadence EKG, you heard some triplet. We do a warm up that we call triplet that we did not play. Right now we do a warm up that we call triplet. Every section was passing around triplets all over the place, and that triplet warm up gears us up to play this cadence, because you heard a triplet run from the tenor drums that got passed up to the bass drum. And now I don't know if some of you can hear it, but we tune our tenor drums a lot different than most everybody else. We use tonal tenors. So each one of these drums got a different pitch. Just give me 4. 1, 2, ready, go. So each drum has a different pitch. So that way we can move. Now we have a lot of color that we can move around the section instead of playing a whole lot of unison notes over here. So you heard a run go from them all the way up to the bass drum and move around. That's a technique we use a lot in all of our cadences. Another technique we use that comes from our warm-ups, we use a lot of pyramids. That maybe the snare drums will play a lick, and then they'll pass it to the tenor drums and the bass drums. And we use a lot of pyramids like that. We use a lot of technique called call and response. I talked about that the last time I was here in these cadences. We use a technique called call and response. Call and response is basically the snares say it, then the quints might say it, but when the quints say it, the snares might pose a question, and then the quints will answer the question. They won't play exactly what the snares play, but they'll play a variation of what the snares play, and we like to call that call and response, and we move that around the section when we write these different cadences. So we're going to play one more, and then we're going to get out y'all way because we got to let Tennessee State get up here and do their thing. We're going to play zip code. This is a cadence. I think I wrote this cadence in 2004. It's a long time ago. Some of y'all, a lot of y'all weren't even born. I wrote it in 2004, but like I said, when I wrote it, it was one way, but then when we started playing it, we beefed it up a little bit and made it say a few different things. This cadence is called zip code. That's zip code. So, yeah, a lot of our cadences are built, the rudiments that they're playing in all these cadences are always practiced in our warm-ups. Anything we play in the warm-ups, we move the warm-up play into every cadence we play. That's about it.